the two biggest challenges with magic mushrooms. I'm going to talk about that right now. Hey, welcome back to Microdose U. I am Dr. Dave, and right now my wife and I have been on the road in our little RV van, which I'm in right now, for the past couple weeks. We still got a couple more weeks. We're traveling around the United States, and if we pass by your area, give us a little wave, say hello. We'd love to say hi to you. Today I want to talk about the two biggest challenges with magic mushrooms, because if you've discovered this channel or you've gotten into the mindset that you are ready to use magic mushrooms for a variety of reasons, could be depression, anxiety, PTSD, insomnia, some type of eating disorder, addiction. The list goes on and on and on. And there's so many reasons, and there's so many fantastic reasons to use this wonderful natural plant medicine. But there are two challenges that a lot of people that write into me ask me about, and I'm going to address both of those right here in this episode. And the first challenge is, where do I get magic mushrooms? Now, I know I've talked about this before, but I want to be very clear. This is a really serious topic because, number one, they are not legal in most places right now as I record this video. Now, hopefully that will change in the near future, but for right now, they're not legal. And that's actually going to be the second challenge I'm going to get into in a second, talking about the legality, what your risks are in using magic mushrooms, because they're not legal. But the first one is sourcing. Where do you get them? And I want to be very clear. And again, I've talked about this many times in the past, but I can't talk about it too many times because I get asked these questions almost every single day. Where do I get them? Well, I will tell you, do not get them ever from somebody that comes on and says they've got an Instagram channel and you don't know this person, and they're telling you that they can get you any whatever you want, and they're going to coach you and they're going to do it. No, please stay away. They are scammers. There's a 95% chance that some of them will even respond in the comment section below here and try to persuade you to use them as the vendor to get your magic mushrooms. Please, I try to delete them as I see them. I don't catch 100%. So if you see anybody that makes a comment or responds to your question telling you that, yeah, they've got this Instagram account and follow them and you can get anything you want, please do not do it. Ignore it, report it, or else you will be scammed. You will be out a lot of money and aggravation because you won't be able to use the medicine when you want to. You won't have it because you'll be out money and you'll have no medicine. And if they do send you something, it will be fake. Be very, very, very careful. I can't really, I shouldn't say I can't, but I don't share sourcing on my channel or on my episodes anywhere because, again, I'm trying to help as many people as possible. And if I start getting into where you can get it, then I'm crossing a line that is a line that I don't want to cross, and I don't want to do anything that's illegal. And let's face it, it's okay for me to have this channel and have these shows and talk about microdosing magic mushrooms because it's free speech and I can talk about anything I want. But when I cross the line and start sharing with you sources and how to get it, and that's totally different, and I don't go there. So please understand that. Please understand why. It's not that I don't want to help you. It's not that I don't want to see you succeed. But in order for me to continue sharing my life experiences and how these magic mushrooms have helped me immensely and basically turned me into a totally different person, with just every day seems to be a wonderful day, a beautiful day. No negativity, or if there is negativity, I know how to handle it now. But it hasn't always been like that for me. And many of you that write into me, you're in a situation where I was a couple years ago. And I totally understand you. I feel for you because I've been there. I'm not just some person that created this YouTube channel to make money. No, I'm not making money on this channel. I'm doing this to share my experience. And hopefully help as many people all over the world as I possibly can. So I've been there. I'm with you. I'm one of you. I'm just maybe possibly a little bit ahead of you in the timeline, because I've already learned how to use them, where to get them, and they've changed my life. So I know this will happen for you. It's just a matter of time and figuring things out, just like I did. I'm here to help you every step along the way, except for the sourcing part. Now, having said that, I will share something with you. If you're just totally frustrated and have no idea where to get them, I would go onto Google or any type of search engine that you prefer, and type in the words psychedelic therapist, and then in your town. But don't use the words in your town. Let's say you're in, I'm just making this up totally, Seattle, Washington. So I would do a search for psychedelic therapist, Seattle, Washington. See what comes up. There are people, and many of them are legitimate therapists that use psychedelics for their patients. And I would recommend, if you can't find any other way to source, making an appointment with one of these therapists and go in. You might have to pay for their time. You probably will. But again, this is your life. This is your life. And if you have to pay them for an hour or so of their time, it's well worth it. Go in and talk to them. Make sure they're legit. And then ask them what type of program they have, or ask them point blank, right to their face, where can I get this? And there's a very good chance that's a way to figure out, again, if you've exhausted every other way, a way to figure out where to get this plant medicine. I would do that if I were in a town and I didn't know anybody, or had no idea, or had no experience. That's how I would go about doing it, if I couldn't find it any other way. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the legality of this plant medicine, or I should say the illegality, because as I record in the United States right now, in most areas of the United States, it's either illegal, totally illegal, Schedule 1 substance, which means there is no medicinal value and has a high potential for abuse. Imagine that. Saying that psilocybin has no medicinal value, that is a crock. That is just horrible, horrible misinformation. It's totally wrong, because it's changing lives all over the world. So that's wrong, and has tremendous potential for abuse. Well, there are, compare these to opioids and things like that are killing people every single day. You can't even OD on psilocybin, because if you take a huge, large dose, it's going to send you on a crazy outer space trip, but you won't OD. There's no way to overdose or die from psilocybin, or it would be extremely unlikely. So again, I'm not advocating trying to OD on this, but it's a relatively, if used responsibly, it's a relatively safe plant medicine, and much safer than many pharmaceuticals out there, and many other plant medicines such as opioids, which I would never personally touch. Very, very dangerous, and I'd say much safer than alcohol, which again I rarely touch. Can't say never, but I'd say not often. So let's get back to the illegality of this. I get a lot of messages and comments and emails from people that are ready to try it. They've had it with everything else. They can't, nothing else is working. But the one thing that's holding them back is the fact that it's illegal, and they're afraid that if they get busted, they're going to either lose their job, lose their professional license, get in a lot of trouble, go to jail, have a criminal record. I've heard it over and over and over and over again. Yes, it's illegal. It is. However, this is my opinion, and my opinion only. If you, first of all, don't talk to other people, don't put it out there that you're using these and buying these and all that. If you have a very limited supply of capsules, which would be ground up dried mushrooms in capsules in your house, in a bottle that's perhaps labeled something differently. I wouldn't have a label on it that says magic mushrooms. Please don't do that. And they're tucked away with your vitamins or whatever, your supplements. the chance of chance of somebody coming into your house and rummaging through your stuff and finding these capsules and busting you is like almost zero. Now, I'm willing to take a chance like that because, first of all, if somebody came into my house right now, there's nothing there. And I don't want to go any deeper in that because, again, I don't want to give too much away here, but there's nothing there. There's not going to be anything to find or to get me in trouble with. You can do the same. The chance of, again, a federal authority or local or state authority coming in, why would they? Unless they're after you for some other reason, they're just not going to bust your door down and do that. So I would say extremely safe. As long as you're careful, extremely safe. Now, I am not so sure, if you're concerned about this, I'm not so sure I would have whole dried mushrooms lying around your house because, again, that's another layer of something that's easier to detect and easier to find, and it's very clear that if somebody finds that, there's a chance that you can get into trouble. But again, why is somebody coming into your house anyway? I don't see that happening. Don't take them out in public. Don't use them in public. Just keep them everything in the privacy of your own home in ground up capsules. You're going to be fine. I mean, can I guarantee with 100% certainty? No, but I'm willing to take the slight risk that's out there because it's such a life changer and a lifesaver. If I were afraid of this and afraid that because of the illegality of this, I'm going to get busted and I'm going to go to jail, that I would still be anxious and depressed and have all my other crazy things going on every single day, which is not an option for me. It's definitely not an option. So I'm willing to take the slight risk, and it's really slight, that I'm possessing something that is against the law. And again, I just don't have anything in my house. So again, I'm out there doing a YouTube channel and a podcast to people all over the world. So my name is out there more than most. And again, if for some reason they wanted to come after me, they're not going to get anything. I just don't have it. So read into that any way you want. You have to be creative and you have to be selective, and by no means should you be ever selling anything or distributing or sourcing or anything like that. Just if you're an end user, consumer, patient, and you have a tiny bit, then in my mind, it is super safe. I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse, kind of repeating the same thing, but that wouldn't be one thing that would stop me. Again, it might stop you, but again, if it stops you, you're not going to be able to benefit from the plant medicine. So you have to make a choice. You have to make an informed choice. And every choice we have in life comes with a risk. I mean, when we cross the street to go to the store, there's a chance that a bus is going to come down the street and hit you and kill you. So there's always calculated risks in every single thing we do. So as long as we're careful, we're okay. And quite honestly, I think the authorities have some bigger fish to fry than somebody that might have a capsule or two in their house that could be magic mushrooms, and maybe it's not. I just don't think that they care, in my opinion, again. Okay, I hope this helps you. Again, if you found this channel, if you found this helpful, please subscribe, because I've got a tremendous library, and it's all free, of things that you can listen to or watch, and resources concerning and regarding magic mushrooms and how they've changed my life. And it's just my life story, and it's nothing more than that. It's not medical advice, but I've been helping a lot of people, and I hope that you're one of them, because again, if you've gotten to this point that you're even interested or considering or thinking, then I think you're on the right track to totally changing and improving your life. Okay, that's it for me today. I'm Dr. Dave. This is Microdose U, and I will talk to you soon. Kisses and hugs. See you later.